It is Wednesday with all of its splendor. I hope that everybody has had a magnificent day. I hope that you have got everything under the tree that you were asking for. And if you didn't get everything, then guess what? You're still breathing. So that's the key. I hope that you're going to have a successful holiday, whatever holiday you have. I hope that it's joyful and meaningful. And as we approach 2021, I hope that you've already started in 2020 so that by the time 2021 hits, you're already in the mix. So, as I promised, I won't be before you long. I just wanted to just jump on here and we can, one of my lessons learned this year, Cook's lessons learned in 2020. This is number five. Number five. I want to talk about energy drainers. Energy drainers. One of the things that happens in life is that we become so busy that we don't become productive. Let me give it to you again. We become so busy, they call them busy. My grandmother used to call them busybodies. We become so busy with so many things that we think we're being productive, but in actuality, we're only draining our battery and we're not being productive. When I went to the store, I went to the cell phone store. I bought this new cell phone, and the battery on the specs of it, it said that the phone is supposed to last for hours and hours. But I noticed that the little 15-second thing, 15% came up at least within the first hour. And to my frustration, I went straight back to the store, and I said, I don't want this phone. You know how they give you the little 14-day return policy, whatever. I said, I don't want this phone. And the guy said, well, why? I said, because the phone doesn't last. The phone doesn't last. Every time I pick it up, it seems as if the battery is drained and it's about to cut off. I don't want that. I don't want to be stuck on the road or somewhere out and I can't make a phone call. I don't want it. Do me a favor. Take this phone back, please. So he looked at it and he looked at it again. I said, is it a problem? He said, I'm just looking it over. He looked at it again. And then he said to me, Mr. Cook, you have a lot of apps. I said, yes. He said, you've downloaded a lot of big apps. I said, yes. He said, you have a lot of apps that you're really not using, but they're on your phone. I said, okay, so what are you saying? He's saying the reason your battery is draining is because you have the apps. You have too many apps that's open. Let me give it to you again. The guy, I take the phone to the store, right? He analyzes it. He said, you have too many apps that's open, that's draining the battery. And for some of us, the reason our battery is drained is because we allow too many people, places, and things that's still open to have access to us, thereby draining our battery. And so he said to me, in order to stop your battery from draining, you have only one time. Oh, you only have one option. Perhaps two, depending on the route you want to go. He said the first thing you can do is every day close the apps. Every day close the apps. But they'll reopen themselves at any given time. He said the other thing is that you can uninstall the apps. That way, if you uninstall them, they have no more contact with you. They can't just open up. They just can't just drain the battery at will. What am I saying to you? Is that the lessons that we have to learn is that we have to uninstall some people in our lives. Not that you're being mean, not that you're being cantankerous, not that you're being a bad person, but they're draining your energy. They're draining the connection that you're supposed to have to your future and something that's productive. Yeah. We're too busy entertaining applications that we don't even really use, that's not benefiting us. How many people in our lives are draining our energy simply because they have access to us? Call us whenever they want, text us whenever we want, and we want to feel needed, or we want to feel wanted, that we go ahead and we have to respond, when in actuality no response is needed. Yeah. When I look at my phone and I look at these apps, in any given day, I may use 3 apps, 4 apps tops, maybe 5. But I have 100 and something apps on my phone. And any given day, they all have accessibility to me. They're all right there. Accessible. At any given day, I'm trying to go somewhere in life. Every day I'm trying to go somewhere in life. But yet, any given day, I have something that's draining my battery from what I'm trying to do every day. How many people in your life? Or how many places that you go? How many things that you're doing? How many habits that you have that's simply draining you? Draining you. Stopping you from getting to the top. Stopping you from going places. Stopping you from doing things. And then we turn around and beat ourselves up. Or we do the blame game and point the finger at somebody else, saying if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be in this predicament. But no, if it wasn't for you allowing them to download in your hard drive and drain your battery, you wouldn't be where you are. I wouldn't be where I'm at. Yeah, true. And so what we have to do is the first lesson learned is that we have to uninstall the unnecessary apps, unnecessary people in our lives. Uninstall them ASAP. Why? Because, number one, they're not helping you. Number two, they're draining you. And number three, they're causing you a conflict of interest, and they're fighting for a position in your life while your future is fighting for a position in your life. I need to ask you the question. I need to ask myself the question. At what point in time do we focus on where we're trying to go? Don't talk about it, be about it. Yeah. Let that sink in. We spend 80% of our day wasting it, draining it. And we spend 20% focusing on the task that's required. When we should be able to at least get up to 80% or even 70% focus on being productive. Yeah. We're so busy we spend so much time on dating sites, or we spend so much time trying to go out on a date, or we spend so much time, reading gossip, or we spend so much time looking at the Real Housewives of whatever, all of them. We spend so much time in front of the TV. We spend so much time doing absolutely nothing. And guess what? The unproductive time becomes our place of normalcy. It becomes normal to us because we've entered into a place called habit. We've entered into a place called rituals. We've entered into a place called self-sabotage because we have allowed or we've conditioned ourselves to be drained. Yeah. So the first thing that lesson learned that I had to do is that I had to uninstall the unproductive things. The second thing I have to, that I learned I have to do is that I have to, once you uninstall the places, people, and things, they have to stay uninstalled. Yeah. There's this particular game that I like on my cell phone. I uninstalled it. And yeah, I kind of fight every day. It's been a minute. I like to play Scrabble, right? But I like it. I love it. But how has that benefited me? It's really not. I can play with my mind and say, oh, I'm learning new words, but no. Half the words that I put on there I probably never use, or I don't even use it in my vocabulary and my daily interest, and it can't help me become what I'm trying to be. It becomes a daily, you have to renew your mind daily. You have to transform your mind daily. You have to feed your mind daily that this is what I'm sticking to. This is my life, and I'm not going to play around with my life. I have played around with my life for so long. Now is the time to stop. Now is the time for me to undo what I've done. I can't go back and get it, but I can, from this particular day forward, I can make provision to do it right. I didn't get it right yesterday, but I daggone sure can get it right today. I may not have been the best person to myself that I was yesterday, but today is a new day. And when I look in that mirror, I have to face myself. And when I look at myself, I'm going to tell myself, today, I'm installing good habits. I'm going to put up on my mirror, I deserve better. I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to love me more. Because ain't nobody loving on me the way I can love me and the way God can love me. Ain't nobody going to treat me better than I treat myself. Why? Because I'm around myself 24 hours a day and I deserve better. Yeah. Uninstall. The second thing is that we're going to install new habits. We're going to focus on that 80% and switch it around. Move the unproductivity. Yeah, you can have a little fun, 20%. But the 80% is what I'm focused on. And the third thing is that you got to stop the bull crap. Stop the bull crap. You know, it's funny because I hit the gym real heavy for the past couple of weeks. Saw a major improvement. And I haven't been working out the way I should. That was yesterday. Today is a new day. What am I saying to you? It ain't about with the hiccups that you had. No. It's about making provision and making sure that you don't hiccup no more. Yeah. You have to be willing to go to the outer limits, baby. Uninstall the apps. Uninstall the people, the places, and the things today. Stop allowing your energy to be drained. I love you. God loves you best. Holla at me.